Yeah. And I think, we have a similar outlook on this, Kieran, but, I have maybe a stronger view on this that, I don't think organizations have ever particularly prioritized, investing in their view of skills access. So they've not invested in building skills taxonomies or knowledge graphs. And if they have, they've not done it particularly well. So they've never really understood, first of all, what is already available to them. They've never then, as a result of that, been able to know what they need to look for. If we think again about technology, we've generally seen higher adoption of AI-driven tools, and that's driven by more mature market awareness. But it does open the opportunity here to better utilize cognitive and AI technologies to allow for skills taxonomies, skills understanding, to be able to look at things like future state modeling and strategic workforce scenario planning. And that then kind of leads us into this concept and opportunity to be able to leverage something that, Kieran, we often refer to as skills-based hiring in our advanced workforce analytics engine. And so, yeah, first of all, what do you make of that, Kieran? What can be kind of done to start mitigating this issue?
Well, first off, I think you're absolutely right. And I think particularly because there's less people looking for work right now, it's more important than ever for an organisation to explore their own internal skills base when they're looking to hire. If an organisation has no visibility of the skills that are already in their organisation, then how can they leverage them? To give a really simplistic example, if they're unable to see that the roles they're looking to fill typically use 10 skills, 7 of those skills are already held in-house by another role that they commonly recruit for or they have an abundance of, then how can they target upskilling their own team or perhaps targeting candidates in that other role with a view to upskill them to close the gap? This is where a powerful analytics engine can come into its own. And to demonstrate that, we're going to jump back into the system for the last time. So what we can see here is an example of our advanced workforce analytics module. It leverages the power of Tableau CRM from Salesforce, and as such it's fully embedded into your VMS. But what's more is you can feed other data sources into the tool as well, such as data from a CRM, an HR system, or literally any other source of data. And what we're looking at right now is a database of around 140,000 skills that are attached to just over 10,000 candidates that have been hired or submitted into the VMS. What this dashboard is going to let you do is really interrogate that data and use it proactively to help close that skills gap. Let's look at an example. So you've historically struggled to fill roles where the candidate needs to have a certain skill set in Oracle. Jobs are going unfilled, your targeted job postings, they're just not working. What can you do? Using our analytics module, you can immediately search your entire database for an Oracle skill set. So before we do that, let's have a quick look at the dashboard and see what we can see. So this is showing the total candidates you have in the system right now. You've got your average bill rate, you've got a full list of all the skills across your entire database, the roles in which that they are hired, and amongst other things you then have an average rate forecast for those roles as well. So we'll dive right in here and let's search across that database for candidates that have got an Oracle skill of some description. Now we can see the whole dashboard there augments. We can now see there's 160 candidates in this database right now that have some form of Oracle skill mentioned. You can see the average bill rate has changed as well, and on the right hand side here we can see the list of every single role that has been hired into. So what this allows you to do is you get this visibility of actually you might be looking at a certain role, a certain segment to try and fill these jobs, but actually there could be a role in here that is a whole untapped market. You may not have realized that your application administrators or project leaders really commonly have got these Oracle skills that you might need. This is then in turn going to allow you to amend your job requisitions, change where you're posting, or potentially look at candidates you already have in your pool who are perhaps those 1 or 2 skills away from this role that you're really struggling with historically, and upskilling them. So it lets you be proactive, it lets you be reactive, and you can then upskill your talent pool, and in doing so you're closing that gap down, you're making it easier to hire, and you're enriching what you're able to as an MSP offer out to your client, or as an end client. You're getting that value add. You're getting people you didn't even know existed that have the skills that you need.